Okay, so I saw Twitter the other day and how Rockstar had announced more information and more details regarding the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6 that people have been waiting almost a decade to see now. And we have recently learned that there's going to be a new female protagonist in terms of being a playable character in this upcoming game, which is big news. And it's also historic because I don't think in the past we've really ever had like a female protagonist in any of the GTA games for the most part. And I believe like the last game, Grand Theft Auto 5, had like three playable characters. They were all guys. And I think that was a good thing in the sense where if you didn't like one character, you can always get behind another. But it seemed like Rockstar is doing something a little bit different. And for the most part, they're investing in this new female character, which is, I believe they said she's Latina, I believe, but they have not given a name or anything like that. But based on what I heard, basically this is supposed to be a deal where she's going to be like somewhat of an anti-hero figure, and most likely she is going to have, I guess, a boyfriend or something like that. It's going to be like a Bonnie and Clyde type of thing. That's just something that, those are just rumors that I've heard. I'm not sure if it's true, but that's why I believe that's what Rockstar is going for. And honestly, in terms of like this announcement, I think it's something that's different. And I honestly think that Rockstar is doing everything they can to try and I guess revise their image a little bit in the sense where they're trying to be less offensive. And some people look at this and say that, oh, Rockstar's trying to be woke and culturally sensitive to appeal to the masses and the general audience and all that stuff. And that may be true to a degree, but the thing is, hardcore fans of the series are probably going to get upset about that if Rockstar decides to dial it down and not be controversial and offensive and all that stuff. Because you look at the older GTA games, whether it be Vice City, San Andreas, or even 5 to some extent, there was stuff that offended people, and there was stuff that I guess people found as misogynistic or racist or whatever. But despite all that, like the older GTA games were actually very popular and very successful. Now you look at GTA 5, that was a game that managed to reach at least 165 million copies in sales, and I believe since 2013, GTA 5 managed to earn over $6 billion in revenue. So GTA 5 is probably one of the highest earning video games of all time, and a lot of people consider it to be one of the greatest video games of all time. And it's mainly due to a lot of things, like the story and like the gameplay design, the online multiplayer mode, and all that stuff. I believe the online multiplayer mode is going to come back in GTA 6, and it should come back because I believe that it added to the overall replay value of GTA 5 once you finish completing the game. And I do feel that that GTA 6 is going to be something that it's going to be different from like its predecessors in the sense where you're not going to get too many, I guess, sexist jokes or too much like homophobia or anything like that people are going to get offended by, or something that is going to make headlines because of like how explicit the content is, despite the fact that GTA games have been rated M for the most part for the past like 20 years or so. But the thing is, the difference between the 2000s and like the early teens and right now is that society has changed a lot to a point where there's a lot of things that Rockstar used to do with the older GTA games that they cannot do anymore for the most part. So like it seems like they're going to have to try and stay within the parameters of not offending the general public, because I do think that's going to be a better strategy for them in terms of like developing the storyline and making characters and like trying to market all that to, I guess, casual gamers for the most part. And I mean, I'm not exactly sure whether or not this game is going to end up surpassing GTA 5 in sales, because, you know, a lot of people like GTA 5 because of, the controversy and stuff like that. Like this game, GTA 6, you can have blood and gore and all that stuff, but at the same time, I guess they have to be a little bit more careful about what they do in terms of like the game itself and like I guess jokes they make or what have you. I do feel that GTA 6, once it's released, it's going to sell millions. I'm not quite sure whether or not it's going to surpass GTA 5 because the bar was set pretty high with that game in terms of commercial success. And it's hard to believe that there's ever going to be another game like GTA 5 or it's going to duplicate the success of a GTA 5. But I do feel that the anticipation for GTA 6 is definitely going to help the game once it's released years from now. And it's definitely going to do a strong number in terms of sales. And it's definitely going to earn Rockstar a ton of revenue following its release.